Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with an absolutely terrific duo piano disc featuring double piano concertos. And here's an interesting story, a sort of an interesting tale behind it. I reviewed this disc a couple of years ago. It's Martinu and Poulenc double piano concertos and works for two pianos by Stravinsky and Shostakovich. I mean, it's a wonderful program. And I gave this an extremely positive review at ClassicsToday.com. And it was an insider review, so I could do sound clips. Yeah, there's a bit of the Martinu in there. It's really great. And that was that. And then yesterday, I was coming home from work, and there was a strange little package in the mail. And lo and behold, it was this. It just showed up again. I don't know why. My only assumption is that those behind this, now, entranced by my newfound fame as a YouTube something or other, wanted their disc reviewed, and they had no clue that I'd already reviewed it. And of course, it is an insider special. So they sent it to me again, sort of unannounced and uninvited, but that's okay. I appreciate the fact that they wanted the attention because they deserve the attention. The only issue that I have, and it is a bit of an issue, is that now I have to pronounce the names of the performers. It was so much easier, mispronounced, pardon me. It was so much easier when I was able to just type them and not worry about it, because what we're dealing with is like Serbian sisters, the Bizjak sisters. Their names are, they're in tiny print back here. They're very humble. I think that's nice. Lydia and Sonia Bizjak, pianos, and they're wonderful pianists. They really are first class all the way. And they are partnered with the Stuttgart Philharmonic under Radoslaw Szulc, conductor. I hope I did that right. I really did, or close to right. I can only do my best here. Anyway, here it is. Now, what do you get? First of all, the big event on this disc is the Martinu Concerto for two pianos and orchestra, which is a phenomenal work. Really marvelous. If you like Martinu, well, of course, who doesn't, right? No, seriously, if you've listened to the symphonies, then you'll love this concerto because it dates from exactly the same period as the Six Symphonies, the 1940s. It's that kind of a work. It is dreamy and rhythmic and full of good tunes, and it's very busy. It has a lot of notes in it. There sometimes the textures are quite thick, and the beauty of this performance, it's been recorded a couple times before, but only a couple, is that they manage to maintain clarity and transparency of texture while, because they're very well accompanied and balanced too. We've got to give Mr. Szulc credit and the orchestra. They're very well balanced against the orchestra, and it's just a delicious piece of music. A wonderful work that ought to be in the repertoire, like everything else Martinu wrote practically. It would be a real crowd pleaser of a piece. And there aren't that many wonderful concertos for two pianos and orchestra, let's face it. There's Mendelssohn wrote two, and they're controversial, and there's Poulenc, which is on here, and this one, and the Vaughan Williams adaptation of his single piano concerto. There's just not a lot. And so it's fantastic that we have this. I was delighted when it came out. It's like I said, it's on Onyx. It's wonderfully recorded. The Poulenc is also extremely well done. It's a beautiful performance. It's quite similar to Poulenc's own with, who do you do it with? Jacques Favier. A really, really fine performance. They take their time over the gamelan music in the first movement and finale, so that it has that character it has to have. The charm. If you're a Classics Today insider, you can go read my review there, like I said, and hear the sound samples. But really, it's a very, very fine performance. Now, the other two works, the shorter pieces, are the Stravinsky Sonata for two pianos, which is just 10 minutes long and very neoclassical, and the Shostakovich Concertino for two pianos, which is also about 10 minutes long, 9 minutes long here, a small work, but no less enjoyable for that. And they're both extremely well played. It's difficult, if you're going to couple these pieces, to find enough music to fill up a disc, but they managed. They really, really managed. I mean, you get 63 minutes of music, and it's all first class. Of course, they could have done the Poulenc music for two pianos as well. I mean, the other stuff, but that's okay. This is a very, very well chosen selection, executed about as finely as I ever hoped to hear it done. So, if you did not get this the first time around, or if you had not become a ClassicsToday.com insider, which I strongly recommend that you do, so that you can hear a little bit of the clips here and read those reviews as well, get it now. Here's your chance. It really is a fine, fine disc, and the Bizjak sisters, the piano duo, they're first class, absolutely first class, and I appreciate them trying to get me to say it again. It worked. I did. I hope they're happy, and I was happy to do it because they deserve the attention. It's the kind of disc that will go into your collection and people will forget about it because it's a collection of 4 composers and not the best known music, but it ought to be. It really ought to be. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.